What up with it, man? You already know who it is. It's your big homie, Big Dice. Anyway, man, you already know what's up, man. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and everything when you guys come in, man. And starting right off, man, I know what I titled this as, and we'll do more content on everything that's been going on, but I want to send a big shout out, my prayers and condolences to Takeoff and his family. You know what I mean? It's very unfortunate what has happened to him and others as far as the hip hop game. And I'm not gonna blame it on hip hop. I'll blame it on more so of people marketing off of the culture today. You understand what I'm saying? Because you even got people like a DJ Khaled, like, respect due to the man, you know what I mean? You got money, whatever. But wherever you see him, this big ass dude always got his pants all the way down to his knees. Culture vulture, because that's what he believes that hood dudes are supposed to do. Well, really, that's a prison trait. That's letting the dudes in prison know that you available. Like, you know what I mean? If you on that level. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we did it in the streets or whatever, but it's just a lot of culture vulture shit going on, and even from our own people. Like, you got a lot of these young kids. Like, if you look up most of the people in the industry, if you look at most of these new people in the industry, they got some tie to the industry somehow, whether through a parent or whatever. And that shit been going on since back in the day. You understand what I'm saying? Even Nas' daddy is tied to the industry. You know what I mean? So somehow, some way, everybody that's a part of the industry is usually tied to the industry some way. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to Takeoff and Takeoff's family and Quavo and Offset, the Migos all together. He was taken down at a get-together with J. Prince Jr. and Mob Ties. From, I guess, they're saying the young dude, Little Cam, which if you go to his Instagram, back in 2018 and all that, he was already talking cash shit about the Migos, and if people rock with them, they weak and all this type of stuff. So for them to end up in a situation where they're right there in the same environment with this guy, that's bad. Anyway, man, we'll get to that on some other content. You know what I mean? And I know we on a late night and shit. Y'all know how I get down or whatever. But I do want to check out this Kanye West video from Drink Champs or whatever, because I find a lot of things wrong with that situation. I find a lot of things wrong with people that's discounting Kanye West. But then as soon as Kyrie Irving come out saying something, we backing it up now. Now everybody changing and trying to save face. See, I put a lot of stuff out on Kanye West, a lot of pictures, a lot of quotes and stuff like that. And on multiple platforms, a lot of people that actually rock with me was clowning this dude. Called him everything from coons to everything. And I don't think it's coonery when somebody trying to stand up and speak on how our people get treated, because we talk about how our people get treated all the time. You understand what I'm saying? But we never do nothing about it. As soon as somebody stand up, we wanna call them crazy. We wanna dismiss them, because that's what everybody else is doing on TV. That's what everybody else is doing on social media. Not to say he ain't throw it off a little bit, not to say, and I mean, he admitted that. Bipolar, he admitted that. You understand what I'm saying? So we can't even go there with it. But the guy is also going through emotional trauma. So of course some things are gonna come out, you know, in a way that will seem emotional, because he is emotional. That don't mean he's not telling truth. Just like when Colin Kaepernick stood up, didn't Kyrie Irving jump out then too? And because we speak our own truth and stuff, everybody else got freedom of speech until we say something about our culture. That's why I always say, that's why even with the Black Lives Matter situation, I told everybody Black lives have to matter to Black lives in order for it to matter to anybody first. You understand what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long talking, because we came here to chop this up a little bit, and we ain't gonna do it all. I'm gonna probably do this in a little part series or whatever. I'm really trying to get back into it and to let everybody know. The reason why I don't be doing content and stuff is because what content has turned into, and I seen this coming early on, if you go back to some of my old videos, content has turned into what people would deem as snitching. But we sit around here and call everybody snitches while snitching on them. Soon as something come out, like the whole thing with the Migos and all that type of stuff, man, let the news situation and all that do their thing. Let them people that's a part of that situation take care of their thing. You report your opinion in the news and then tell people to get down in the comments section and let them know what they think about it. Not, oh man, this person do this. Oh, they need to confess. They need to confess. But then as soon as the motherfucker confess, y'all gonna call him a snitch. Like it's crazy because what video was there was a video with Kanye West that said you can't never satisfy us. Our people in our culture, we ain't never satisfied. If we go this way, everybody gonna go that way. If we go that way, everybody gonna go the opposite way. This shit's crazy, you know what I mean? Now, I don't want to discount anybody and how they feel about Kanye West or anything like that, but for most people, like let's just say religious people, for example, the thing that kills me with that is, I mean, anybody that step up and say they the next coming of Christ or something like that, we are, even me, we are going to down that person. We are going to talk about that person, discount everything they say. But we always sit there and talk about, and I'm saying the religious people, we always sit there and talk about Jesus coming back and, you know what I mean, the return of this and the return of that. How would you know if the real Jesus does return, y'all ain't gonna believe him anyway, unless he go walk on the water. He gotta show you some superhero shit that's not even what that means in the Bible. You gotta read that basically a metaphor. You know what I mean? Walking on water is a metaphor for something else. But if we don't see somebody walk on water, that's the first thing our culture, people, black folks is gonna say, dude, man, we wanna see you walk on water, prove it. But y'all believe, like, come on, man. I could sit here all day and talk about how backwards the world is, but how even more backwards our culture is towards each other. Like if you go do a list, go Google a list of how many young, just rappers, not young guys, not young black men, just rappers have died. Wasn't we just talking about the police killing all these young dudes? Now we got now in the media, it's just us killing us. I mean, we've always done that, but it's even worse now, especially with this generation, because once again, attention is the drug and viral is the high. This is the reasons why I have not been doing content, because nobody want to see real content. Everybody want to see controversy, drama, killings, and all that. But then have everybody get together and have one big ass sympathy party like everybody actually cares. You know what I mean? Like everybody actually gives a damn. And I pray that one day everybody will. You know what I'm saying? But now let's check out this video, man, from Drink Champs with Nori, and Nori my man and shit, but there's some things I don't agree with in this video and based on how he responded, even though I understand. But let's go.
What it good be? Hopefully this what it should be. This your boy NAO. What up, is DJ
I'ma probably get flagged
and
for
this is
this
motherfucking Military Crazy World Radio, Drink Champs Yappy Hour award winning motherfucking make some noise! Now, last time we had this brother on here, our numbers went through the roof.
Look, starting it right off. What's the first thing he say? Last time we had this brother on here, our numbers went through the roof. That's what the game is about right now. Numbers.
I mean, we were, whew.
Y'all know Kanye gonna say some controversial shit before y'all brought him on there. Now peep this.
Just for people that don't know, the man is
I slowed
genius.
it down. That's why it sound like that.
Musical genius, lyrical genius.
Genius.
Fashion icon.
He giving this man his flowers.
Wear a rubber shirt and you're gonna wear it. Cause that's how influential he is.
Lovely
right
introduction.
Now, last time he came here, he said, cancel me. He pointed to himself, he said, cancel me. They did not cancel him. They could not cancel him. Right now, it's a little turmoil. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna ask the questions. We're gonna do whatever. I asked him if anything is off the record. He said, absolutely nothing. But we're gonna give praises.
He asked him in the beginning, Basically, is anything off the table? Is anything off the table? Right? From the beginning. And usually that's how you do interviews and stuff. You talk to the person you're going to interview. You guys jot down what, you know what I'm saying, what's on the table, what's off the table, what you can, like basically what you can ask, what you can't ask. You know what I mean? What's personal, what's not personal. What do you not want to talk about? Usually people still going to go in and somehow, some way talk about what you don't want to talk about. That's why you catch people in interviews talking about like, man, come on, man, what? Man, what's up, man? If you catch the signs they give to the interviewer, like when the interviewer steps out of line, like if you know anything about that type of shit, you'll catch it. You understand what I'm saying? But first off, straight out the gate, he giving that man his flowers, and I mean, rightfully so, because we always discount somebody once the whole crowd moves with people. Man, nothing that's going on right now with Kanye take away the musical genius and innovator that he is. None of it. People still rocking Yeezys. People still, you know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta remember, he's going through an emotional breakup, basically. Another dude around his kids and all that. Like, come on, man. Just because somebody rich don't mean they don't go through the same shit that we go through. You know what I mean? So some of that might cloud his judgment, might overfill his actions. But that doesn't mean the man is lying about anything.
Is in love to the one, the only, Mr. Ye. Make some noise!
I know a lot of I might lose some subscribers with this one.
I want to start because, you know, the very famous interview was you and Sway, right? And then you saying that you wanted to be like Ralph, or you wanted to be up there with that caliber. And now it's like you are Ralph. You are that caliber. And then, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, so that's where we get confused with
Did Sway have the answers?
No, I think you already admitted Sway had the answers. But I guess that's where we get confused with the Adidas part of it, is because, like,
now, mind you, Ye becomes a billionaire through the Adidas contract. That's why when they took the contract, he was no longer, you know what I'm saying? Like, people got to understand the difference between what's in a bank account, because even Ye even says, like, he had like I think like 400 million, or maybe 100 and something million, I think, in the bank. But his net worth was billions, right? That was his net worth. There's a difference between net worth and what's in your bank account. Hell, I mean, shit, Whack 100, I believe, got more money in his bank account than his net worth is.
Became a billionaire, right? Through the Yeezy. So, like, what was the discrepancy with Adidas?
You know, I just didn't have the relationships with the factories at that time, and I was managing a lot of ideas. Like, I was a new dad. I was newly married. I had a bunch of team, like a big team of designers with me, and we hadn't established who we were. We were still fighting to get our respect in fashion. So there's a lot of fights at the same time. So we had to go and basically like intern almost up under these companies.
Because you interned for Louis Vuitton at one time, right? Okay.
Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and we interned in a way at Adidas. I like the licensing deal was my intern to become, more in that Bernard Arnault, Bezos, Elon territory. And just understanding.
Basically, what he's explaining is his way into fashion was to promote himself through other brands. He never planned on staying with none of these companies. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all got to understand with these contracts and stuff. I mean, we say, oh, you lost this, man, and you lost that. But how do we know he didn't care? How do we know he gave a damn about keeping it? How do we know he didn't know that all of this was going to happen? They was going to take the contracts away. It was going to be real controversial. He was going to step to the forefront to fight with this shit. Not saying he's right, but how do we know? Because everybody releasing him, but he's already got the promotion, right? He already got the promotion from all these companies. Even Balenciaga, some of the biggest companies as far as fashion in the game. And Kanye West went in there and grew his balls in the fashion lane, right? So he really don't need Adidas anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Because now everybody's jumping behind him. Everybody's starting to stand up. Everybody's starting to open their eyes. And I'm not going to say everybody was supposed to open their eyes at the beginning. I understand. Some people got to be slow walked. I'm not one of those people. I catch it from the beginning. But that's nothing wrong with somebody that need to be slow walked, because I'd rather you understand it on the level that you can understand it. But nevertheless, understand it. You feel what I'm saying? So we always talk about all these black dudes, all these motherfuckers in fashion and in music and all that, all these rich dudes, the Jay-Z's, the P. Diddy's and all that. Oh man, they should be helping. They got all the money. They can really put everybody on that. We can really build our own communities and shit. Soon as they try to step up and do something, soon as they try to speak the truth and shit, what happens? We start calling them coons and shit, not understanding what a coon really is. If we stepping up telling the truth about our people, y'all think that's cooning? Or do y'all think cooning is like the dude Samuel L. Jackson played on Django? I'm confused. Because it seemed like us in our own community, we always moving the fucking flagpole, man, to fit our own narratives. Right off top, we hear something that may seem strange to us. We don't want to investigate it. We take information the same way we put out information, without researching it, without understanding it. The same way we receive information, instantaneous. We put information out just like that. As soon as I hear something, oh snap, hey, Takeoff done got shot. It was somebody from the Migos, from their own camp, that was shooting at the other side. Because when it first came out, nobody even know who was shooting at who, but everybody was reporting it, right? Everybody sat around here and did the same shit to Kanye. That's why I sat back, just to see what people do, just to see what people say. And it's crazy to see how many of my people jumped out the window the wrong way. Even if the nigga a little crazy, man. That's our people, man. At least take a chance to try to understand where he coming from. He may not be able to articulate that well, but he ain't bullshitting. You even got Jewish people coming out saying he's not lying. Like, come on. I don't see nobody plastering the Jewish man that said that up online. The 5 Jewish people that said it.
How money works. Mm-hmm. Like, this is first generation. Mm-hmm. Like you can say, like, look at like Jay with the DYSE. Right. This is first generational wealth.
Right. And learn those infrastructures, right?
Yeah, the infrastructure is how to do a factory. Even right now, like when I left Gap, I moved. We made this T-shirt, like all the tremendous stuff we're doing right now, which is a flip on Supreme, where the guy that used to work for me, Tremaine, is now at Supreme, and we can go further into that a little bit later, but for the main point is, so I took it over to Dove Charney at LA Apparel, and he founded Los Angeles Apparel. So then we made the White Lives Matter tees, and then when I put up the tweet, the DEF CON tweet, he ain't releasing the tee because he's Jewish. And I'm like, see, this is my exact point that I'm making. Like, Jewish people have owned the black voice, whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt or it's all of us being signed to a record label.
Now, I will say this. I'll take a shot at us real quick. When we say, see, this is what I'm talking about, the Jew, I get what people are saying as far as Kanye West, and it's like cringeworthy shit. That doesn't mean it's not true. Doesn't mean it's not true by far. But when we talk about other races, like we talk about, oh, white folks this, white folks that, Jewish people this, Jewish people that, Mexican people this, Mexican people that. But nobody can even say you people. And they could be meaning like the crowd of people you guys are with, whether black, Mexican, white, or whatever. Whether if it's a football team, oh, you people, you guys. It doesn't matter. If you say you people to black folks, we're quick to get on the defense. What you mean, you people? I mean, I understand you guys want to be called human, but we don't do it ourselves. You get what I'm saying? We don't get it. We don't do it ourselves. And in most cases, we the first one to jump out with some prejudice shit. Either we're accusing somebody of being racist towards us, or we calling somebody out their name. We call our own people out our name. The darker the black person, the worse they get it. By black people. Like they did Tommy. A whole bunch of black people, I mean, whether you like Tommy or not, man, it's sad when a black person call another black person crispy. That don't make no sense, especially when there's somebody like True Freeman. My nigga, you do know you darker than Tommy, right? Real shit. But I'm just saying, the way we do ourselves and the way we do others, we won't have that shit from nobody. So can't nobody say, oh, black people this. What do you mean black people? I mean, what do they not mean? I mean, are you black? Not saying that certain prejudiced people won't use it in a derogatory way, whether you know it or not. But I mean, don't we use it always in a derogatory way? We call people the H word for white folks, all that. I don't want to really say too much of the words, but y'all get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? We don't know if we coming or going half the time. That's why I need all my people to get they neural links together. You understand what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta get over this bullshit and trying to look good for the crowd, trying to look good for the posse, falling up under who you think is this person because you niggas is starstruck. Yeah, the stars is coming down, mingling with us common folk today, thanks to COVID. But that's exactly why you got all these millionaires and shit that's in the game that done changed their life. And a lot of them ain't even changed their life. A lot of them already had a good life. Jay Prince Jr. and his brothers and shit, they ain't from the hood. Y'all niggas is talking about mob ties, but y'all not from the hood and y'all ain't never done nothing in the mob. Y'all ain't your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like all this mythological type of shit, and I'm not saying niggas ain't about that work, but to sit back and look online and see how many men are scared of other men. Like, man, I wouldn't give a fuck. I ain't got a problem with Jay Prince, but I ain't scared of Jay Prince. I respect him, man. I respect his business ethic. But I also respect him as a man, from a man. Not somebody that's gonna bow down. Oh man, y'all better not be talking about that person. Oh shit, here come Whack 100. Oh shit, man, fuck all that. That's our problem. We so easily influenced, and we so miseducated that we rather be outside on the block hanging rather than getting an education. I wouldn't give a damn how long it take. Nigga, you be 35. If you got a chance to get an education, get your education. Not to learn the bullshit they teach you, but to learn how to learn. So that way you go through life learning. Able to perceive shit for what it is. Basically looking out the box. Let's go, man.
Or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish...
Y'all already know. Once I came with it, that's why I don't even understand why some people put what they put on my comments and shit, because I got mad love for all of y'all, but y'all niggas know how I'm coming. I don't necessarily think that anybody that really fuck with me, if you really fuck with me in the way that I think, how in the fuck can you actually be against Kanye West or Kyrie Irving? How can you be against that? They speak that same indigenous shit that I speak. You understand what I'm saying? So when I seen comments like, oh man, nah, I ain't fucking with him, this nigga crazy, and da-da-da, oh, you throw it off for agreeing with him and all this shit, I ain't respond to nobody. I ain't respond to nobody because not everybody's on the same level of thinking. Not to say that they're below me or I'm above them or I'm below them and they're above me. It's just different ways, different thinking. And maybe some people will catch up because I think I'm on the right track, but I may be wrong. You know what I mean? Optimism is a motherfucker. Like, I tell people all the time, quit speaking a matter of fact, because every day the fucking world changes and you learn some new truth to something you thought was the truth that turns some of that truth that you had into a lie, because the information age came along and a lot of us found out that a lot of the shit we was raised on was lies. So everybody's literally trying to find themselves. We're literally in a free for all right now. That's why you got all this bullshit going on, and governments and shit can't even control the world. Can't control the neighborhoods, can't control the city. People running in, doing full-scale runouts with shit. Fucked up shit is, most of it is us. Our youth. Running around being wild. I was in Circle K earlier after the football game for the school by my house. That's where all the kids went after school. You know what? They flooded the whole store. There's no way you can see all the stealing that went on. Next thing you know, shelves is empty. Alcohol is gone. Only one person working. He got to ring up people so he can't watch all the children. And after a while, trying to have security in certain places, nigga, you can't keep paying for that all the time. I'm just saying, especially at a Circle K.
Form like Disney, and we understand it's like I respect what the Jewish people have done and how they brought their people together.
Listen to what he said. I respect what the Jewish people have done and how they have brought their people together. Who's he talking to? Is he talking to Jews? Or is this speech starting off talking about us? We did so much talking about what he said about the Jews while forgetting what he's saying to us. The examples he's giving to us, like I said, he may not be able to articulate that well, but I get what he's saying.
You know, they came into money through the lawyers when after Wall Street, when all of the like the Catholics, they wouldn't divorce people.
Right.
So the Jewish lawyers came and they were willing to divorce people. That's when they first came into their money. So like, say with me and Jay, with our culture, with the darker Jews. First of all, because you got
it just happens when anybody start talking deep.
Okay.
Yeah,
with the darker Jews, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish also. We from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ.
Mind y'all. Now y'all discount him, but y'all sit up with other Christians and stuff talking about Jerusalem and all that, where our people come from, and say that Jesus had skin of bronze, meaning he was a melanated person, right? From Jerusalem. You got many of people that's Christians today that will preach that blacks were the original Jews. Excuse my language if anybody's offended by me saying Jews, but I'm just, for lack of a better term, Jewish. And even today, you got black Jewish people. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird when people that are so deep into religion that preach that type of stuff go against people when they say it. Because all we think of is the establishment. We choose not to differentiate white from Jewish, white from Italian. And that's only because that's the way they put it together, just to increase numbers. And that's a fact. There's a lot of different cultures that are all considered white. Not because they are white, not the same as what we would consider the white American and where they're from, but I'm just saying, you could look at the Sopranos, and Tony Soprano and them call themselves white, and they're Italian. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Hebrew Israelites, streets. What do y'all think they are? I should have brought my partner, man, my man Nardo on. I should have hit him up and brought him on tonight, because he's a Hebrew Israelite, and I'm not. I grew up Baptist CME church. You understand what I'm saying? And then I also converted to Islam. And then I converted to spirituality, basically. I don't believe in that organized religion and stuff. To me, all that type of stuff is cult practices. Even if you believe in it, that's all good. That's you. That don't mean we can't be friends, because having different insight and looks on life, I think that's how we grow. So yeah, one of my best partners I grew up with, he's a Hebrew Israelite. I got partners that's Muslim, partners that's Christians. We all be at the same functions together, chilling.
So we're not just black, we are Jew, just like the Jewish people. And now we're coming into money, but the main thing is I gotta drink the DYSE over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together.
Listen.
Like how the Jewish people came together. But
do y'all understand what he just said? How he said, I gotta drink the DYSE over the Hennessy. I gotta support my people first. That doesn't mean we can't support others. We can't integrate with others and barter and trade with others. But it's about selecting to support us first, keeping money in-house. That's not being selfish. That's not segregation. We can still outsource products and stuff from everywhere, but we gotta get our foot into the business to have us a section, to have us sitting on the board of businessmen that's fighting for the businesses of black folks. And we gotta stop opening up restaurants and shit that want to serve soul food. Man, y'all know how long that stuff take to cook? And you don't want to eat no old soul food that been sitting there. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, we gotta start understanding what people are saying when they say it. Like I said, he can't articulate very well, but I get what he's saying. But if y'all can't understand what he's saying, then what does that mean? We all have a lack somewhere in there, a malfunction where we can't articulate ourselves that well. That's why we never really get to that's why we have, what do they call it? We have weak problem solving skills. You understand what I'm saying? We have weak ass problem solving skills. That's why everything turns into an argument with our people. But if you go on, like you ever heard two white folks argue, two Mexicans argue, any of them besides us, or even argue with one of us? It's a totally different argument than we do with each other. Because maybe one can articulate better, that helps the other person articulate. But when you got two people that can't understand that for the life of them, then it turns into a whole bunch of screaming over each other. Like, I never understand how people can just sit there and just, you literally hear this person talking and you can just talk through them. I'm not able to do that because I give my undivided attention and I expect the same. Like, come on, man, y'all gotta pay attention when somebody's trying to say something, whether they can get it out or not. What up, Salt? Yeah, I'm gonna go back and check that out too when I get a chance, bro. For sure, I'll come back to the chat. And I'm glad I left the chat on this time. Usually I turn it off, you know what I mean, for when the live playback, but I left it on this time for a reason. So I'm glad I did that when you put that in there. And y'all in the chat or whoever see this later, man, y'all hit that link and check out what he talking about, man. Send us to Salt, my God, that's a good dude.
But we couldn't even talk about, I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up Jewish business secrets. And these secrets.
We was talking about building up the properties and stuff like that on 444.
These secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like, if somebody tells me something, it's like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like, if you want to be a secret,
you want to know, look, Salt, you want to know what's we already had a fucking issue with the way people say things. Now we got text messaging, right? So you ever notice that you literally got to put a smiling emoji, a laughing emoji, or LOL, or people going to take whatever you text the complete wrong way? Ain't that shit crazy? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know how I said it? It's literally in word form. But I mean, this is what the world coming to, man. And the messed up thing is, whether people know it or not, we're probably in the best time for black folks that we've ever been in. And we're not even seizing the moment. Well, I can't say that. For the most part, most blacks are seizing the moment. I'm not going to be one of them ones that preach talking about, man, all black folks, we ain't doing nothing about it, because the black folks that's failing in the community and can't see what's really going on is honestly a small percentage. They're the minority of our minority group. It's not as bad as people think. It's a lot of black folks out here thriving today. You understand what I'm saying? It's not the same world as it once was. And most of the time, most of the people that's talking about everybody against them today, in today's day and age, are people that's too lazy to get up and get themselves something anyway. That's what I found out. Because I don't have no problems. I don't have nobody holding me back or nothing. I make nice money, so does my wife. Not to say there's not systems in place that hold us back. But we spent life talking about overturning a system, a global system that you can't overturn unless you on your way to Mars. You got a special made flight with Elon Musk on your way somewhere else. And speaking of Elon Musk, man, I'm hoping not, but man, he walking a dangerous road. Look how they do everybody else. Because Elon Musk, honestly, whether you like him or not, that dude got the potential to change and save the world. He already got in bed with Google, Twitter, all man. Come on, smart business moves too. Smart business moves. But see, we got to get over this shit that holds us back. This black cloud that's sitting over us. That people preach. That wasn't even alive when Tupac died. Y'all weren't even alive for that shit. And y'all still out here trying to preach who holding you back? Then stay the fuck away from people and do your own thing. But oh no, we can't do that. No, we have to be a part of somebody else's shit. We fight and cry and, you know what I mean, point the finger. They don't want us here and y'all trying to keep blacks out and stuff, man. It's they shit. Let them have it. Let them have it. Motherfucker don't want you in, man. I ain't never wanted to be somewhere I wasn't welcome. Never in my life. And I ain't out here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't out here doing bad. I'm happy in my life. The person that's doing okay, got a house, cars and shit like that, and taking care of their children and all that, the basics in life, and you okay, you secure, you happy, I don't see nothing wrong with that. See, what are we talking about being held back from? Everybody being rich? Everybody wants to have wealth. Sometimes wealth ain't got a damn thing to do with money, man. I got a whole family here. My wife, my kids come from her. We've been here. My kids are getting older. Some of them about to be grown and everything, nigga. That's wealth, generational wealth. They ain't on welfare. They ain't got no food stamps, nothing against anybody that use those. But it's to be used for when you need help. If I ever fall off, I still got my full food stamps and welfare or whatever I need, because when I was doing bad, I was still able to move around and do something, so I didn't use that. So that I can keep it for when I needed it, if I ever needed it. But until then, man, it's a lot of people that do need it, so why am I getting away?
I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets, because it's only the truth that's gonna set us free. And what they do is,
it's a big difference between rich and wealthy, bro.
Especially in the music industry, they'll take.
We keep trying to get rich instead of having generational wealth. Generational wealth, none of us have to worry about starving. You understand what I'm saying? Generational wealth come with know-how. Wealth come with creating your own. Wealth come with not even spending your own money. Barter and trade still exists. Y'all sit out here with all these ideas and stuff. We sit in groups talking about all these wonderful ideas, and people got all these major skills, and they do. But we don't do nothing because why? Because nobody knows how to start. We kind of just want to, hey, I got this, give me money. We don't know how to navigate and start. We're too lazy to actually show initiative for something. Fight hard to get it. Instant gratification, that's not just a black construct, that's a human construct. There's many people in this world that want instant gratification. They don't want to work for it, they just want it. If I got an idea, I make something, all right, I made it. Now everybody else, give me a factory, give me the money, give me the grant, and have it start producing what I made once. Instead of sitting there strong like how they used to do hip-hop music back in the day. Nigga, go press out a whole bunch of tapes, nigga, put it in the trunk, and it's road trip time. That's initiative. That's doing the work, the footwork, to get where you want to be. I just can't understand how some of these dudes get to that life and then cut themselves short by going backwards. Shit crazy.
In the entertainment, period. They'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us till we die.
Listen.
And then Stevie Wonder's son got to get a job, right?
Yeah.
But Cameron Azoff got a job at Apple. He's already set up because of the way Azoff is connected. And we have to make our own connections. That's what I saw. What I loved about—
Listen to what he said. We got to make our own connections. We got to make our own connections to each other. 6 degrees of separation with it. You understand that? Because he said Stevie Wonder, all of a sudden Stevie Wonder's son got to get a job because he ain't got no connection to wealth. We get these black men, these celebrities and stuff that's able. And like he said, they milk them until they die. Because everything in the industry is all worked off by loans. You'll never get out of that. Debt. You never get out of that. So when you die, if you ain't made the right moves, your family go back to regular life. And it's not like they can take them to court and be like, you got me used to a certain lifestyle like they do a husband. No, it's over. It's over. You don't have any money coming from him because his bank account wasn't his. This house, this car, all this stuff in here, this stuff was not his. This was under the company. Now they got all the stuff back, tax write-offs, all his money and everything. Boom, hit the jackpot. That's why y'all don't understand when some of these artists, especially hip-hop artists, like a hip-hop artist that dies or gets killed. Do y'all understand how the ratings of that hip-hop artist music goes through the roof? How much money that is? They're definitely, as far as music, hip-hop is the GOAT as far as definitely being worth more dead than alive. That's a fact.
But I love Dove just as a human being.
And this is the guy from Adidas?
Dove is from American Apparel.
Okay.
But I'm talking about put out my White Lives Matter tee. The White Lives Matter tee don't say nothing. It don't say DEF CON or nothing on it, right? I'm like, put it out. And he's telling me like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust Museum. I'm like, yo, I'll put my life on this at this point. Because they've been fucking with me too long. They put the crazy narrative out there. My Jewish trainer, Harley Pasternak, who's Lizzo's trainer,
Lizzo got a trainer?
Put it out when I went to the hospital, put it in the press.
My bad,
I got a bunch of friends that went to the hospital. It didn't go to the press. They did that just like they did in the documentary on the 3rd episode to say, we love Ye like the rest of y'all. We know he a genius like the rest of y'all, but sometimes you gotta turn the camera off on him. So they'll go and get a dude that's supposed to be my friend.
You wanna know what's crazy? Is I don't think it really mattered that a black man, not even the fact that it was Kanye West, wore a White Lives Matter t-shirt that tore everybody up. I think it was the fact that it said White Lives Matter. Didn't we just have a problem when people had a problem with us saying Black Lives Matter? Now we turn around saying all lives matter? Moving the flagpole when we was just trying to explain it to the other people of what it meant. Because they took it the same way. But who's the one tripping about the White Lives Matter t-shirt? Us. They didn't start tripping on Kanye until they felt like he said anti-Semitic remarks. They didn't start tripping on Kanye until he started talking about Jewish people. Y'all see how that worked? Y'all see how that worked? So we're sitting here tripping about, and that's the video right up top right here. You know what I'm saying? Up at the top of my screen where he got the White Lives Matter shirt on. We was just wondering why people was tripping just because we wore Black Lives Matter shirts and stuff. And it comes to turn out that Black Lives Matter, the whole organization, was screwing all of us. That's another reason why we can't get anywhere. Because we don't look for wealth. As soon as somebody get rich, they turn on their own people. Instead of growing together, we get, oh my God. If y'all understand our people today, somebody please explain it to me. Because I usually understand things very well. You understand what I'm saying? And today, I don't understand my people. I don't understand a lot of shit we do. I don't even understand what makes us think running around with a whole bunch of diamonds and all that all on us and a pocket full of money, for one, ain't gonna get us killed, but for two, that look like grown man shit. That's the problem. Everybody wanna look like a boss and a street nigga and a gangster and all that. We still living on that. Instead of just being businessmen. You don't see Jay-Z and Dr. Dre. You don't even see Kanye. And he got all that stuff. All of them do. But you don't see them roll up 15 choker chains on and every finger covered in rings and big ass bracelets and all that type of stuff. And we gonna be out here trying to boss up in a situation where niggas is not necessarily men. They're grown-ups with child mentalities because they never had to grow up. Then you give somebody money instantly. Money they never had instantly. That's not gonna change the person. That's just gonna elevate whoever they already been. You give a crackhead $1 million, you know what that crackhead gonna do? He gonna become a bigger drug addict.
Taping me the whole time and buy this nigga out for $30 million.
I thought you co-signed that.
I ain't co-signing, but you get used to that. Paparazzi
Yeah, that's a good
taking
song,
a picture
bro.
of you ain't getting no money off it.
Right.
You just get used to getting screwed by the Jewish
Exactly,
media.
Streets. When you give somebody so much money that never had anything, that always sat around and watch music videos and all that, glamorize this shit. Soon as they get on, what do you think they've been taught? That this is what you're supposed to do. Just like movies had a whole bunch of people coming in doing things in prison that they didn't even do in prison because they thought that's what they were supposed to do. Because they were being it was being glamorized by the television. Y'all still don't get the fact that they call it television programming. Keyword being programming.
And I'm saying, y'all done poked the bear too fucking long. When I wore the White Lives Matter tee, I had 4 SoFi Stadium shows. They canceled my shows.
What?
I said it's up. And let me tell you one thing, it's like if a black man is caught with something in the car or something.
I don't even know what check my pack is.
Everybody in the car gonna
Nigga
go to
getting
jail.
old. I don't know the
with them,
lingo
right?
no more.
But if a black man can play basketball or rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people, right? If a Jewish person could repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. Right. But if a Jewish person does good, all of their people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I gotta tell you something. Where is a black guy that has a Jewish person signed to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where is a black person that's signed to a Jewish person? All of them. Basically 90% of them. So what I'm saying is,
now once again, we this far into it, right? We good 11 minutes into it, right? And we ain't gonna do the whole video, man. We gonna do another part 2 because I've been waiting to do this one. So, and we ain't gonna be too long. Don't even worry about it. But where has he started like talking trash about Jewish people? All I see him doing is giving examples of what they do and basically in so many words saying why we can't do this. We can be this. We can make our own community wealthy to where we don't have to worry about it, to where if anything happens, we can turn to our people and our government, our government officials that we have in place. But see, in order to do that, like I said before, if Black lives really matter, it has to matter to us first. Once again, we have to matter to us first, to the point where we can get back to some form of trust. Because it's crazy. You can get all of us together that can trust each other, but there's always one little motherfucker that make the wrong mistake, just like in the Takeoff situation. Happens all the time.
Is y'all done poked the bear too many times. Y'all should have learned with Drake. Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hove. Y'all dealing with a different kind of animal here. You know, everybody wants to say I'm 730. Well, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I told y'all I was the leader. I told y'all I'm gonna free my people in the name of God, and I will put my life at risk, because if I wasn't in a glass prison, just like Larry Hoover's in a real prison, then I would have had to say so when my kids go to school. I go into my kids' school, I see Hanukkah books, then I see Kwanzaa. Christmas is Christ's Mass. Where's Jesus in the school where all the celebrities are paying for their kids to go?
Cell? I'm sorry. What you
hey, I'm talking about.
Right.
But ain't nobody listening to me type shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm in like a glass box of like celebrity with a bunch of handlers around me and shit, and people colluding behind my back and being like, is he ramped up? What we gonna say now? What I told y'all, because I talked to Larry Jackson last night and he was like, yo.
From iTunes.
Yeah, but now he's got his own deal. He said, he started telling me how Clive Davis changed his life. And I talked to him for 6 minutes. He said, well, usually we talk back and forth. I said, Larry, this is my life, though. I'm letting you know so you can let everybody know what it is. What it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of y'all no more. And we don't have to be afraid. I understand that they got us so paid off every which way. They cutting down. And my whole point just off the tweet, the fact.
Listen to what he just said. They got us paid off every which way. After this interview, what happened? Didn't they have to take this shit down? Didn't they make Nori go and like kind of dismiss himself from it, even though I know he didn't want to? That's why I'm not discounting him. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly what Dave Chappelle was talking about. Y'all call people crazy when it's dismissive. These are some smart people. Like Dave Chappelle said, maybe the such and such is a little sick. I ain't gonna say too much. You know what I mean? Because we understand that we being censored, so we gotta find a whole new way to do it. But we got lines of communication, so I don't know what the problem is. That's why I say shit like Elon Musk can honestly change and save the world. Not to put everything on him, but I gotta support people that support the real, that support truth, that support righteousness. You know what I mean? And I don't mean righteousness in the form that somebody want to use for their narrative and stuff. I'm talking about human righteousness, not just black. I'm talking humankind. You understand what I'm saying? How in the fuck how do we expect people to look at us when our youth is acting out? When our youth ain't got no control. It doesn't matter what we go through, man. We fighters. I wouldn't give a damn if I'm homeless. I'm going to take care of my children and I'm going to lead them right. They ain't going to be able to walk in my house like it's okay to just be some thug. I don't care what I used to be. That's not their life.
The fact that, what does that even mean, what I said? And the fact that I got taken off proves my point. Jamie Lee Curtis went on TV and said, I hope they take his children away from him. Wow. I hope they take his children away from him. Everybody they put out.
Yet the narrative is always black men ain't taking care of their children, when that's actually a falsehood, because today, more than ever, more black men are in their children's life than ever.
Tupac, that's what Larry was saying.
Right.
My response was, well, I guess I'm next then.
Right.
Because it's no backing down at this point. I talked to Cube because Cube been labeled an anti-Semite.
Tide Pod eaters and hey, I remember that shit. Man, these challenges. I ain't even think about that. These challenges got the youth tore up, man. Chemical imbalance. And I still think that goddamn Popeye's chicken sandwich got people thrown off. But really what it is people got to understand the times that we in. We in a heightened, the energy in this world is heightened and people are acting out. A lot of people don't even understand why they are acting the way they're acting and why people are going crazy and there's so many deaths and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? And to explain it more on a biblical level for anybody that may be religious, times of Revelations, point blank.
Right, first of all, we are Semite. We Jew, so I can't be anti-Semite. First of all, I need my 4 stadiums back. The 78 media outlets that called me abuser when I was trying to get that heroin addict away from my kids that was tattooing my kids' names on them, Skeet, Pete Davidson. They popping up, you know what I'm saying? It's like they, Trevor Noah.
You got a good father, bro.
Not even from America. He just looked black, right? Gonna say, yo, Kim, it's gonna get dangerous. So they putting all that, he crazy. He's so OJ. Nori just want the family back together. I just want the family back together. Kim is...
Now what I will say about this is, I understand keeping a family together through thick and thin, through rain, sleet, snow, through better or worse, until death do you part. But that's just not how the world is built, honestly. You understand what I'm saying? And not saying that Kanye was doing anything to Kim or Kim was doing anything to Kanye, but if the situation doesn't work, you try to stay as long as you can, but it can honestly be more detrimental to your children and their well-being as far as growing up to be in a bad situation because it gets dirty. You understand what I'm saying? So if there's a situation where Kim doesn't want to be with Kanye, well then I don't agree with trying to force to keep the family together. I get where he's coming from and I get that he's hurt. Like I said, it doesn't mean he's telling the truth just because he's speaking out from a hurt place. You understand what I'm saying? But as far as that, keep the family together. If she doesn't want to be with you, pimp, I would say the same thing for you. If you don't want to be with her, she cannot force that. You understand what I'm saying? I would never want to be in a situation, even if I wanted to be with my wife, if she really didn't want to be with me no more, I would rather be out of that situation than be in that situation. That'd just make it weird. So I will say I disagree with Kanye as far as that notion. You understand what I'm saying? And yeah, I was just about to say that, Screets. Who get her pregnant? When Kanye got with her, I was like, you know, the first thing I thought, and not to diss anybody, but the first thing I thought was, Kanye, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, pimp. You understand what I'm saying? Man, fuck all that, because it's not like, it doesn't matter if she had a second tape with Ray J or not. You knew there was a first tape when you got with her. So why does any other tape matter? Unless she did it while she was with you. To ever trust somebody like that, to ever trust somebody in the industry is bonkers anyway. If I get to the industry and I don't, and I'm single, I'm definitely gonna go back and get an old girlfriend or somebody I've known forever that knows me, that's always liked me for me. And maybe we missed our chance or something. If I see her, then I'm going to get her. And whoever I get big with, get rich with, or whatever, that's who's gonna be with me. Real shit.
A Christian. On TMZ, I just saw yesterday, they said Pete Davidson and Kim have sex by the fireplace to honor their grandmother.
Now, peep what I was saying. When I say he's coming from, I don't mean to stop it again, but when I say he's coming from a hurt place, just peep what I'm saying. Like, you notice he's talking about business and the Jewish people and all that type of stuff, but he keep referring right back to Kim Kardashian, his kids, and his family life. Doesn't mean the man's preaching bullshit, but he is coming from a hurt place, so it may come off wrong.
That's about that
I just don't think people should have discounted him right off.
Christian woman that has 4 black children to put that out as a message in the media. So when I drive by and I see the Hulu ads and I say the JP Chase Morgan ads, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, the devil is a defeated foe. You can't poison me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address to her?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who, cause you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you gotta talk is cause you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, cause part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about, you shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now. Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now. No. I'm Michael now. I'm Michael now. I am the richest.
Right. They say you're the richest black man in American history.
In history.
In America.
In history.
Can we make some noise for that, goddammit?
So I want y'all to run up on me.
No.
I want y'all to come kill me.
No.
I want you to smack me.
What up,
I
man?
want you to do all the shit you rap about.
No.
Hold on.
You see how he was talking about Meek Mills and all that? Like you start seeing the industry dudes, because one thing we always do is we will, especially if we already got the money. We'll do. Most of us, especially if you don't have anything, and it's understandable because when you have a people that don't have nothing, that hasn't had nothing for the most part, and a lot of them still don't. You dangle money in their face. $1 million? My bank account got $35 in it. I'm still waiting to get paid. Basically, like you get somebody that's in that situation, right? Next thing you know, oh man, we heard this, we seen you do this on YouTube, and we seen this. Man, here go 1.5 as a sign-on bonus, and we gonna put your whole thing together. Motherfucker ain't even thinking about what's wrong or nothing. All he thinking about is, man, I'm about to be so fly. Nigga, my shit about to be so lit. I'm about to go get this Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go get me some gear. And even though I might not, by the time I'm done, I might not have no money to do nothing else with. I might have a little chips in my pocket, but nothing to get a house with. I'm still gonna be fly. And then we gonna get up in here and we gonna do this work. So we get up in there, he do all this work, they throw his shit on the shelf. It ain't ready to come out yet. We gotta wait for this period and this, that, and the other. And we don't wanna put this out because what's name coming out and we don't wanna take away from it. They'll do that shit to him for years. All the while, keeping that motherfucker hooked on. And they'll definitely give him another advance. But what people don't understand is from the jump, it's a loan. And I don't know why people don't understand that. You think you're getting fucked. It's the same shit as going to get a title loan or anything like that. Your car gonna get taken if that loan ain't paid back. You don't pay this loan back, you'll never be able to work with your craft again. I hope y'all don't think because you got skills, somebody's just supposed to put their own money, whether a company or not, supposed to put their own money into you and not get no return. No, it's on a loan that marks up interest. The world is based off of a loan, debt. You understand what I'm saying? So you dangle this type of money in front of people that ain't never had nothing or don't have nothing, and what you think they gonna do? Especially when they got the money. You think people gonna ruin their money to stand up for their people? Or are they gonna be like, man, shit, I got mine, niggas better start getting theirs. You feel what I'm saying? Because we don't have no wealth. We don't have nothing to fall back on. Literally, our careers and our culture is not backed up by anything. Our culture is not backed by anything because we don't have a backing of generational wealth for our culture, period.
All the shit you rap about, I want you to come do it now. Come down to this joint right now, please, or otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. You go buy a nigga some McDonald's, man. I'll tell you everything you need to know, man. You give me a Big Mac and fries and a new Poke. I'll tell you everything you need to, man. And we so quick to talk. If you don't pay that any mind, just look online. Look how many rooms you can go to where it's us, our culture, black folks. And you walk in almost every room, and people are saying shit that we used to go against, that used to be against street code and everything, just to be talking. We got hours and hours and hours of talking, of saying nothing. All this talking. And everybody in the motherfucking live and shit claim that they this, claim that they that. Everybody got LLCs and all that type of shit. An LLC ain't a business. Anybody can get an LLC. Anybody can get a business license. That don't mean you have a successful business. Oh, I got 3 businesses, but you sitting here on YouTube hitting people up in the back chat talking about, hey man, I got something I gotta pay. I'm waiting for this, man. You think you can slide me this? Come on, man.
Up unless you was there when the Kardashians kidnapped my kids. You understand? Now go and get y'all some motherfucking business while we go and get free. Cause I'm Moses out here. You know what I'm saying? I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put up. One of the things that his 2 roommates said was, they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes.
See, I never got that part. Like when they say he want a tall guy like me, I remember that. When they say he want a tall guy like me, are we like real life experiencing some Get Out shit? You know what I mean? Like is that why the bodies is dropping, because we physically fit and all that? I mean, you never know what's going on, man. Sometimes I swear they put movies and stuff in our face that's telling truth, but we just gonna look at it as a movie and a TV series. So we'll never believe it anyway.
He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said,
now mind y'all, they put George Floyd in the car at first. Now, I don't know if they necessarily hit him with any fentanyl or anything like that. I'm not sure about that. I did notice where the dude's knee was in his back, and even I questioned it at first. Like it wasn't really, with him turned over, really wasn't no way to really stop the air passage in that sense. But when they had him in the car, and I mean, people can hate me for what I'm saying, man. I don't move on that. Oh, you can't say that, or you better vote Democrat because you black type shit. I don't do that. You know what I mean? I call shit for what it is, whether you like it or not. But not saying that the cop should, you know what I mean? He went outside of of practice, having his knee in his back and in the back of his neck like that. But I'm just saying, turned over on the front, I don't see it blocking the air passage. But when they had him in the car at first, they yanked him back out. It's almost like they were trying to choke him out because he tried to swallow something. Now, if he tried to swallow something, most likely it was fentanyl and he swallowed too much. I'm not necessarily going to say it was no conspiracy, like they shot him up with some fentanyl while he was sitting there and stuff on some sacrifice type shit. You know what I mean? Just to me, when we're talking about the fentanyl that was found in him and stuff like that, I would have to say that when he first got in the car, he tried to hurry up and swallow something, threw something in his mouth, tried to swallow it so he wouldn't get caught with it, because they breaking niggas off for fentanyl today. You understand what I'm saying? Since he had fentanyl in his body. You know what I mean? The way they had him over on the ground like that, and like he had his knee in his back, and they wasn't doing nothing. They wasn't cuffing him or nothing, right? So explain that. Are we just sitting here waiting for him to die, or are we trying to make him cough something up? You know what I mean? Like, y'all remember that scene on Colors on Training Day? Remember when Snoop Dogg swallowed the dope and Denzel Washington stuck the pen in his mouth, choking to get him to spit it out? You understand what I'm saying? Don't get it wrong. Cops do shit like that. It's wrong, but they do shit like that. And if you pay attention to the whole situation, how they put him in the car first and drug him back out, threw him on the ground, all that type of shit, had the knee in the back, it's almost like they seen him swallow something trying to get him to spit it out. You know what I mean? Lo and behold, he died because of fentanyl, and the fact that he got the knee on his back, you know what I'm saying, is helping block his air passage. You know what I mean? So it all goes in together. So do I think the cop was wrong? Yes. Do I think he should be convicted? Yes. Wrong place, wrong time, pimp. But from what I hear, they also, the cop and George Floyd, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they have a history or something? with some girl or something. So when it comes to that first cop, if they knew each other or they had a history or something, it was kind of personal too. That doesn't mean fentanyl ain't the primary suspect of what actually killed him. Not to say it was either. It's hard to determine that, hard to debate it, because you can look at it from both ways. I'm just saying. So we sit around and we make arguments just because people have two different opinions, when none of us know for sure. That's the dumb shit in our community. We speak in matter of fact when we don't even know. We just trying to sound good for the crowd that's around. Because we showboat, we like to floss too much. And flossing is over here getting people killed out here because people get rich and still want to go out and hang out on the block. What the hell is the Migos doing in 5th Ward? Wasn't it 5th Ward or some shit? It's any ward. Why are y'all in the ward if it's not in Atlanta? If it's not in the north side, yeah, that way.
He screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend.
Crazy.
In
We
the
just lost the
documentary.
jeweler dude to the same shit. And that ain't even it. We done lost Pop Smoke, all that motherfuckers giving up their location. You know what I'm saying? I understand niggas want, but once again, we go back to giving motherfuckers money that never had the money to do all this shit. What do you think people are gonna do when they get money? They're gonna do all the shit they can never do. Even if that means going on the block, being the OG just because you got money.
But something that hit me, that fucked me up when I was watching the documentary, and it said they want a tall guy like me. When I looked at that image of him, this tall black dude with the bald head, he reminded me of somebody else. Who you think he reminded me of?
Virgil.
He reminded me of Virgil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna cry in front of y'all, because that's how they get me, right?
Right.
But I know that we lost him. And I know that this white company, Louis Vuitton, is now making statues of him, like as a martyr. And we don't know why exactly. We say it's cancer.
Y'all tell me this. Where is Kanye saying anything different than Monique? Anything different than Cat Williams? And y'all rock with all these people. Anything different than Dave Chappelle? Anything different than Mos Def, as known as now as Yasin Bey? And multiple others. You even have Farrakhan. You know what I mean? All the, and that, I'm not even naming the list from the people that went on the Drink Champ speaking the same type of shit. Kanye said, and we call him crazy. If Louis Farrakhan came on here and said the same exact things that Kanye are saying, nobody would have called him crazy. We would have sat here and said, man, Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking that truth, speaking facts. But if we got a Kanye West, that's like speaking it. That's like somebody like Charlemagne coming up saying it. That's how we look at it. Why? Because it's Kanye. Kanye's not a black man that can be taken serious. But Kyrie Irving is. And salute to both of them brothers. Hell, salute to Colin Kaepernick, because y'all definitely roasted him. And if you haven't got a chance to see that little Colin Kaepernick series, man, that shit deep and it's good. I like it.
But I mean, all right. I want to be careful with this subject because.
Wait a second, but tell me, could you even really run this interview? Because Mav didn't run my interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit.
Right.
I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan, and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all?
That's outrageous, yeah.
And this murder was for Chase accounts.
Yeah.
And look how we talk about, oh, Kanye stupid. He lost all his endorsements. Everybody pulling away from him. He dumb. While not understanding that you guys are literally telling him to not believe in freedom of speech. But if somebody tell you to stop saying something you saying, that's the first thing you'll say, freedom of speech. You don't have to agree with it. You understand what I'm saying? Just like all these dumbass places that was supporting him, that he was sponsored by, y'all don't care about truth. Which I get it. but y'all pull your brand away from them. Which he's not lying about shit. So if motherfuckers pull their brand away from him, why would we line up to go pay for it? Not saying we need to bring segregation back, which it should have never left, because I think it was too soon for our people. But I'm just saying, why am I gonna go line up to buy this when if my people say something that's truth or something to help his own people, you guys move away from them? But everybody, look, mind you, everybody's company, all these companies was pushing Black Lives Matter, right? Until it's actually time to matter. It's crazy, man. And I don't even want to push that divide. I'm just calling it like I see it. We all understand that there's an elephant in the fucking room in this world. No matter where you go, the darker melanated people get treated the worst. No matter where you go, whether they Mexican, whether they Irish. Whether you in the UK, it doesn't matter. It happens all over the world. But one thing in this world is we will address everything else except for Black Americans. Oh no, we ain't gonna leave them right where they at. We ain't gonna solve that issue. We ain't gonna do nothing for them. We ain't even gonna talk about it. It sucks. But in order for that to change, guess who gotta do something about it first? Us. Like I always tell people, man, you gotta give somebody something to respect about you. I don't find what we out here doing, especially what our youth is out here doing, I don't find none of that respectful, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna leave this Kanye West right here at 17 minutes because we are gonna get more into that. But shit, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? But check this shit out. Let's peep this Kyrie Irving live real quick.
Wasn't gonna be enough. Yo, peace to each one of y'all. Sending my prayers up to the Creator, to our ancestors for healing. We all need it about now. You know, they call this the Lord's Day in certain religions, certain parts of our society. So I'm gonna pay my respect and my homage. But shoot, what do I have to tell y'all? Y'all making me forget. Nah, I'm joking.
Salute to Kyrie Irving, man, who
joking,
always stood.
Shoot, I gotta share something with y'all. There ain't no bad news or anything like that. It's just a reality, right? And I'm gonna ask y'all from my soul to yours, please do not get distracted out here. Please do not fall victim to what the system is putting out there. It's a lot of misinformation. It's a lot of trauma going around.
Oh, don't worry.
It's a whole lot happening in our world. And the system...
You gotta work. Don't worry. I'm gonna probably be live here for another... Not right here. I'm gonna end this here in a minute. But I'm gonna go live again, just bullshitting around, playing that new God of War and shit. I'll be talking a little bit more on a little bit more shit over there, but I'm gonna just be playing the game and shit. So I'll still be back right after this. And then we'll do the other part, some more of the live from the Drink Champs. You know what I mean, tomorrow when I get off work. But I really don't want to go too much further on the Drink Champs situation until tomorrow, because I kind of want to see what they're going to do to this video. You know what I mean? Like, I might fuck around and get struck for this shit, especially for the things I'm saying.
You to be depressed, wants you to be in a state of being that is low vibrational. All right? It's a change and it's a shift in what's going on in our world right now. And I'm letting you know, I'm not being arrogant or anything like that, but from 1981 to 1996, this millennial generation, I hope y'all know, we're here to shake some shit up. We're here to shake some stuff up. But in order to shake some stuff up, right? And the next generation, Gen Z, is going to come right after us, so they're watching us, right? Then you got my kids' generation, which is very young. But I got on here to say this. Please do not get distracted out here emotionally.
And look, he right, because the generation we're looking at where we see all this bullshit going on with the youth, for at least 2 or 3 generations, you know what I mean, on, this probably I would say right about now, this will probably be the second. We're going to see one more generation, and then it's going to change. Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? But we literally got the crash test dummies, basically, because in order to change, it got to be understood first. The world changed for real. Now it's about trying to understand where the world is going. You know what I mean? So everybody's basically in free fall. You know what I mean? Trying to figure it out. Gen Z is definitely not.
Spiritually, because the system itself is
I think what's gonna happen,
it's dying. It's dying.
They gonna wipe us the fuck out. Motherfuckers gonna get serious.
Old ways of doing things. it's not gonna last for too much longer, y'all. I'm just saying. And I don't know anything, right? I don't know all the answers to what's going on, but I'm saying this to y'all specifically because,
look, you see what he said right there? He don't know it all. What you're seeing today in this information age, because we think this is the woke age, when people aren't really woke, like Kanye said. People aren't really woke in the era of what we call woke and cancel culture era. Cancel culture era. Nobody's really woke. It's just something good to say. You understand what I'm saying? But what you're seeing is people stepping up, not giving you facts, giving you opinion, opening up the conversation, because that's where it starts. You have to open up the conversations that we don't want to have in order to get anywhere. But we always don't want to have the cringeworthy conversations and be truthful about ourselves to ourselves, so we'll never learn the truth, especially when we keep teaching down a falsehood. Because a lot of people in the black culture have lied to their children and family. Lied to their parents, then lied to their own children. Too many lies in our culture, man.
It's important that those that understand, that are aligned and what's going on around here, that y'all paying attention, because without us making a change right now and shifting our consciousness, our kids they're gonna fall victim to this system too. And the system I'm talking about it's a myriad of objective topics that we follow since we were kids, which is sex, love, relationships, religion, culture, class, finance, entertainment, media, social platforms at this point. Please do not fall victim to these things that are being manipulated and controlled. Please do not. Please do not. We have so many truth tellers out here that are doing the right things, and I could point them out, but you have to have your own level of discernment once you're consciously awakened to what's really going on. And I could go on and on, but look, I have to speak in general topics because it gets too mixy. You know what I'm saying? But I hopped on here specifically to share something with y'all. My generation, the millennial generation, we got to be better. We got to be better. My millennial generation, we got to be better. We know too much of the truth, and sometimes that will put us in places where we're fearful or we have anxiety. And in order to make an impact out here that is generationally sound, where it lasts for not just one generation, but for 7 to 10 to 20 generations now, we have to break free mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do it, but we have people out here that are willing to extend a helping hand and do it, And I went live on this main page.
Look, and I don't necessarily hear Kyrie or Kanye saying anything about we need to move away from white people and this, that, and the other. They might speak on a little bit of our oppressors in the system and shit like that, but I don't necessarily think that that's what they saying. I think they talking to us. I think they saying we need to get our head right already. Because the things that we think are the cool shit to do or the righteous shit to do, we're lost. When we know what's real, when we can feel what's real, when we know what we gotta do. And it don't necessarily have to be with going to war with any other culture. It's about establishing a culture for us. We call it the culture, but we really have none. We just, we all black. Crazy shit, man, crazy shit.
Because I know that some people are going to take this as, oh man, this guy's what is he talking about now? This guy thinks he's, and it's like, it's not even about that. I don't even have energy to give that to, or to give to that today, you know, or any point in my life. But I will tell you this, we got to be better. We have to protect our youth. We have to protect our ways of life. We have to protect the kids that are looking up to us. So my millennial generation, this is a call out to you. No, real talk. This is a shout out to you. As Gen Z's watching and our older generation is waiting for us to take control of the wheel and lead our world into
y'all
new
gotta
places,
start leading
new ways of
something,
thinking, because it's
the way
not
y'all
happening.
leading, it ain't right.
You know, without the proper techniques and strategies, it's not.
And now, mind you, you know what I'm saying, before we get up out of here, man, until tomorrow, y'all have been rocking with your boy Big Dice. You already know what's up with the like buttons and all that type of stuff. But Kyrie stands up for some shit, and they suspend him from his NBA team and all that. Like it's that keep you in the box, shut up and don't say nothing, be thankful for what you got and be one of the good ones type of talk. And we don't know what happens behind the scenes in them powerful places and stuff like that. But for the most part, we discount these people, and none of y'all have seen the likes of what they see dealing with the industry. When you get in a certain bracket in life, when you get in a certain decimal point of life, the way things may change. See, ain't nobody worried about us down here on the ground floor that ain't up there to make no moves, ain't got no money to make no moves. But in order to be rich, whether you black, white, Mexican, or whatever, you are controlled. Your money is controlled. You will have a handler. You will be put in a certain place. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Anyway, man, y'all already know what's up with me, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the faculty, man. We will be tuning back in tomorrow after work. So it'll be like tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. You know what I mean? And if y'all want, y'all can hold me to it. If I don't come live, man, shit, get in my inbox and tear me the fuck up. Anyway, y'all already know what's up with Big Dice, man. I'm out.
Two-step, slide like this.